Welcome to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright. This show is all about honoring you as a spiritual being having a human experience. You are here for a reason, and it's no mistake that you are here on Earth right now. Spirit has guided you to this very moment in time, so you could hear the messages Pam is about to share with you. She is a multidimensional healer, light language channel, transformation coach, wife, and mother, committed to helping you discover the tools and practices to empower you to live the best life you can. You get to choose the spirit path you take. You can connect to the spiritual guidance already all around you. Get ready to live a fully empowered life. This is the Empower Me Show.
To another episode of the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright. My name's Pam Bright. This is my co-host, David Buck. We are wife and husband together doing this amazing show. And we are here today with beautiful Amanda Smith, who's going to talk to us about the earth and all of the wonderful energies that the earth has to teach us. She brings in her earth codes to assist us with really owning who we are as spiritual beings having human experiences. And we're going to do that for about an hour, a little bit, give or take. And David, what is it about the earth that intrigues you the most?
Well, I think that as I've had my spiritual journeys, I've come to think of the earth as a really grounded place to own my power and stay centered as much as possible. That the roots of the trees intertwined underneath what we can see. And I think that's a great metaphor for society in general and how we're all interconnected. And I think of the earth itself as a single unified organism that still has some controversial tones for some people, but when you look at it from space, I think it's really beautiful to look at it that way. And anyone who's ever really been to space has said something very similar.
Yes. The earth has a lot to teach us. And today we're going to learn about what those elements really are and how the element of earth assists with the element of air, fire, and water as all of the different elements for connecting us to the truth of who we are as human beings on this planet Earth. So I'm going to start with a little bit of a centering for us so that we can really get grounded into this moment in time. And I brought with me this beautiful pillar of light that I call the selenite crystal. And it really assists us with remembering that at our core, where our spine exists, we have this beautiful pillar of light to remind us to connect earth to humanity and to sky or the heavens. And so I'm going to just do a little centering for us now so that we can really come into the core of who we are as human beings having spiritual experiences and spiritual beings having human experiences. So go ahead and close your eyes if you're in a place to do that. Of course, if you're somewhere that you can't close your eyes, just stay nice and centered and connect inward to that place in you that you feel really safe. You feel like you are breathing and using your breath to infuse yourself with everything that you need right now in this moment. And we ask that breath fully and completely connect us to all of the elements of the earth, all of the elements of the trees, the grasses, the flowers, the creepy crawlies, the tree people, the rocks and the minerals, the waters and the air. And we allow all of these things to infuse themselves within this beautiful pillar of light. And we ask this pillar of light to center right in the middle of our bodies, right where our spines are. The spinal cord has all of the connections to all of the nervous system. And so we ask this core of truth called the pillar of light to inform every single part of us how to live and how to connect to every living being on this planet Earth. And I'm going to do a little light language to really house that energy right into this moment and allow these tones to just really fill you up with who you are at the core level, at your cellular level. Knowing that as you do this, you connect to all of who you are and all of the massive support that is always available to you in every second. Natera etanaki asane ke anaki nana. Eukunamba deke namanaki asana neke ia. Alanana ke nasane ke enamaki. Kena anakena ekanana kena. Enana kenana eye. Hune sa teke da bakina na se. Ooh. We bring that energy all the way down through the feet, connecting to the core of Mother Earth. And we ask the Mother Earth now to infuse us with her energy. And when you're ready, you can come back into this present moment, taking a couple nice deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Welcome back, everyone. We are now present and accounted for in this moment.
Now, Amanda, thank you so much for being with us here today. And in a few minutes after we take our first break, I know you're going to come back and lead us in a meditation to connect to Earth energy. But can you just tell us a little bit about who you are and your work that you do?
Yes, thank you. Well, my name is Amanda Smith. I am with the Activated Earth. This is my Activated Earth painting behind me. What I have developed over time through relationship with the earth is a system or a way of sharing with her and connecting in with what she has to offer for humanity. And what has come out of participating in earth activations with her, being drawn to, I feel like I need to go and connect with this lake, and I'm going to activate this lake. And then as I did this in various places, specific codes started to come out of the earth. So, and I realized that they began to form specifically the set of ease, grace, cooperation, collaboration, abundance, and sovereignty. What the earth has to offer as the divine feminine archetypal energy of the state of being that we get to emulate. We get to emulate ease, grace, cooperation, collaboration, abundance, and sovereignty, and everything that feels like, from a nurturing, supportive, Mother Gaia energy. I mean, that is what is there. And when I call it coding, I think of it as her DNA. It's like we all have our coding for our physical expression that's in our DNA, and so does the earth. So we get to tap into that. And because we haven't historically in the last several thousand years, we haven't been connected with the earth, we've lost the flow that comes with those things: ease, grace, cooperation, collaboration, abundance, and sovereignty. So I teach people how to reconnect with it and then how to create with the earth.
That's great. Can you tell us a little bit more when you use the word sovereignty? Tell us more about the energy that you're using that with.
So sovereignty, the first place that people may often take that to is freedom. I get to be free. And well, yes, you do. And you get to be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to be 100% responsible for yourself and what you create. And then you also get to allow everybody else to be 100% responsible for what it is that they create.
Yeah.
And what that means, though, is we're still a unit, we're still a collective. So ask yourself when you're driving to work and you see that homeless person, ask yourself, how did I create that? How am I creating that? How am I 100% responsible for creating that? They should also be asking themselves that. So
Yeah.
not everybody has that awareness. So I urge people to understand that it doesn't mean everything gets to be like you're just free to like, and that you don't have responsibility. You do. You have more responsibility than you might expect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually, I came up with that same conclusion a while ago. Spirit shared with me about this idea of 100% responsibility, and that when each individual takes 100% responsibility in their own lives for their own choices, that it will absolutely transform the world.
Absolutely.
And that's exciting to me. And so thank you for being on our show and being willing to be vulnerable, being willing to be sovereign, being willing to embody all of the elements that the earth is teaching you. And I'm really excited to find out more about that. And we're going to take a little break. And when we come back, Amanda's going to lead us in a meditation to really find out what those energies are all about. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome back to the Empower Me show with Pam Bright. This is Pam Bright. I'm David Buck, her husband, and we're joined today by Amanda Smith, who's just about to give us a great meditation based around the earth energies. This is the third of 5 in a 4-part series, which might sound a little strange, but we're taking on the elements of earth, air, fire, and water. And then we'll have a special episode to follow it all up with each of those special guests together to see how it all comes together. But right now we're going to hear from Amanda and her earth meditation.
All right. Yes, this is a deep connection with earth so that you get to embody that connection and enhance that connection and be in complete connection with the above and the below. And Pam's already set the stage with the original vision that she offered. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and close our eyes and center in your heart and breathe in through your heart space, feeling the love as it moves in through your heart with your breath in and out. And see the light that is in your heart center grow to encompass your heart, your body, the place where you're sitting, your home, your town, your nation, the planet. And that light perhaps moves out even further than you can see, out beyond the planet, this earth, into the stars. Allowing us to all be part of this great organism. And from this place, start to look around. In your mind's eye, you look around and you see a door. And you get up and you open that door. And when you open that door, it takes you outdoors onto a pathway on the earth. There's grass and flowers, bees, butterflies, dragonflies, and you're walking down this path. And you look down and you notice that even though your feet are solid on the ground, you can see through the earth's layers all the way to her core. And it's inviting. You float up and then dive into the earth. Diving through all of the layers, deep into the earth until you reach the molten lava core. You can feel its warmth. And as you settle in this place and you explore the earth's core and what it feels like, you begin to hear the earth's heart beating. Her heartbeat, which is created by the convection of heat from the center of the earth as it rises up to the surface and cools, moving back down again, and then it heats up. The heat cycles, and it creates the earth's heartbeat. And you notice that your heart is beating at the same rate as the earth's heartbeat. Our hearts are one. And then you begin to hear her breathing. You can hear the earth's breath, her breath that is caused by the sun and the moon, the gravitational pull. She takes a deep breath. You take a deep breath. And your breath matches the breath of the earth. And now our breath is one. And as you soak up the heat of the earth's core, you start to look around. You can see your earth grid and your body's grid as one. They are one. The earth grid is connected on all levels, the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual, as is your body's grid in all timelines and all dimensions. But when you look at your grid more closely, you can see places where the light is not flowing. But in this overlay that you are participating in right now with the Earth's grid, you can see the light of the earth flowing in to your grid. And it's repairing places where the light is dim or broken, reconnecting on all levels, the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual, on all timelines and all dimensions. And that light of the earth, as it repairs you, it brings in her codes of ease, grace, cooperation, collaboration, abundance, and sovereignty. Flow is being created in your body. And the things that no longer serve you are moving out, moving into the earth, being composted, recycled, elevated, invigorated. Fears, judgments, anger, all these things get to pass out of your body on all levels, the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual, on all timelines and all dimensions. And the light of ease and grace cooperation, collaboration, abundance, and sovereignty is moving through you. And it's enhanced inside you. And that enhances the power of the earth. And we get to rise up knowing that this process will finish. We get to rise up, back up through the earth, coming up through all of her layers, bringing with us all of our gifts. We are a seed coming up through the earth. And as we come up through the earth's crust and burst through the surface, we are like a sunflower receiving the light of the sun, of the stars, the divine masculine. And you've brought a new way of being, this gift of how we get to be like the earth. Things get to be easy. Things get to be graceful. We get to cooperate and collaborate and receive in community. We get to be abundant and we get to be sovereign. And as you face the sun and feel the light of the sun on your face, perhaps you receive a message. What do I get to do now? What do I get to do now? What gets to be different? I am something else now. What's a new action step for me? And as you process this information, know that it will find you, even if you are not hearing it in this moment. It will find you and you will know. And as you look at the ground now, you see your feet. You see the surface of the earth again, the grass, the flowers, the bees. We walk back to that door, pass back through that portal, back into where you are sitting. You can feel your chair beneath you, your feet on the ground. Come back into your body. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
That was lovely.
Wow.
That was lovely. Thank you.
Welcome.
What I find remarkable about it as short as it was, because guided meditations can be short or they can be longer, it felt very complete, very engaging, like there was a beginning and a journey and a middle and an end that
Yeah.
you brought back what you've retrieved, even if you weren't consciously aware of it. So it's I imagine that it's just kind of maybe a shorter version of what you could do for a longer one. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it can get very personalized.
Yeah.
If I'm working with somebody, we can utilize that to shift specific things for them.
Yeah.
And the time that we had today, I knew that this would be the best way
Yeah.
to give people a taste of how they could then go into something specific for themselves.
Well, and it's lovely because we hope that our show is an introductory point for some people. Maybe this is the first time they've encountered a guided meditation. Maybe this is the first time they've thought of the earth as an organism. And there's so many layers deeper you can go with that.
Mhm.
Well, yes, we do. What we do here at the Empower Me show is that we empower you to really take the reins of your life. And we bring special guests on the show that can introduce you to maybe a new tool that you've never used before, or one that you've forgotten about that you can use in your daily life. And one of the things that occurred to me as we were doing this wonderful journeying is that in the Bible, it talks about how the earth, God created the heavens and the earth has everything it needed to provide for us. And I'm not going to go into that whole religious story, but what we're coming now back to in this day is remembering that the earth has everything that we need in this moment. And Amanda is a wonderful component of that history and that information to give you, the listener. So we're so glad you're here.
We're going to take a break in a moment, but we'll be back with more from Amanda, and we'll talk a little bit more about the meditation and, find out some more about getting into Earth energy. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back. This is the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright. I'm here with my wonderful friend, Amanda Smith, who is with the Activated Earth, and my dear husband, who is my co-host, David Buck. And there is a question, Amanda, that I ask every single guest that comes on our show, which is, what is it like for you being a spiritual being having a human experience?
So I love that, because I think about that a lot. And sometimes I'm frustrated because I want to create things like right now. So really what it is about is joy and adventure and rediscovery of who I am, because I can't remember like everything about who I am or where I came from. And it's a fun discovery of just what makes me me, and then discovering how I can be authentic all the time. And then using that, I mean, obviously I have a soul path purpose, but I get to be a joyful, adventurous, self-discovering sort of being, trying to understand where I came from and how I got here and what I get to do while I'm here.
That's wonderful.
That's one of the best answers we've had to that question, because it encourages everyone to just embrace the journey and who they are. And it's a journey of self-discovery, and it takes a while to get to that point too.
Yep.
So this may, if you have a short answer for this, you can give it. Otherwise, you can give us whatever answer comes through. But I'd be curious about, have you really come to a place of knowing what your soul mission is?
Yes. Yes. And there is a short answer. I am a blueprint technician. So what I have is the blueprint of the earth and how it is supposed to look and what it originally was. And then I get to bring that out. And as we bring that out and bring out that new energy, then the energy that's been utilized here, greed, hoarding, and power over others, gets to be eradicated. It gets to dissolve and fall away. And we get to have systems that are based on the actual earth codes of ease, grace, cooperation, collaboration, abundance, and sovereignty.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much. That's very concise.
Can you tell us more about those earth codes you talk about?
Well, I could. Let's see what wants to come out. Let's see what wants to come out. So, okay. So what is asking to come out is that these codes are all available in the quantum. So in the Earth's torus, its toroidal field, that donut shaped energy field that is in it and around it and of it. And when we go into the quantum with those things, when we go into that quantum energy, we get to pull that out and bring it to the surface. And we get to do that fast. That gets to be fast, which is important right now because the earth wants to transform and she wants to be back in community with humanity.
I got that. I really got that. And I felt that for a long time. So thank you for that really confirmation. And many of you who are listening as you go through these different episodes with us, you're going to have some of your own ahas show up that you may not have had before. And so I invite you to really go deep whenever you come onto this platform with us. David and I are committed to your transformation on this planet, and whatever we can do to create those tools, techniques, and tips for you in order to kind of burst open that from the inside out, that core of you as a spiritual being having a human experience. That's what we want to do. So any of you that want to come on the show and have something that you'd like to share, please let us know. And you can reach us at theempowermeshow@gmail.com. And David has something to say.
Well, what's great about this series of the 4 elements is that they're each embody a little different energy. And so you could take away something different for yourself and how you walk upon the earth, for instance, today. And then when we bring them all together, I hope that it will be able to show, well, this is how you integrate those energies. And Amanda, we'd love to hear from you, just maybe a few practical tips on how you can get more connected with the earth and the earth's energy.
Yeah, be outside. Go outside. If you don't have a garden, maybe it's time to have a garden. And you don't have to grow anything that is going to be labor intensive. Grow some flowers. There are flowers that I have calendulas all in my yard. All you have to do is like put calendula seed out there, and pretty soon you have calendulas everywhere. And then go be with it. And as it grows, like pay attention to the insects. Take off your shoes, put your hands in it, go for a hike, go sit by a waterfall. All of those things. And especially if you are able to grow some of your own food, when you get to eat that, that's awesome. Go bless your yard. Go do a cleanse for your yard and be in connection with it. Sit with it, listen to it. You can even like lay down and put your ear on the ground and actually listen to it.
That's great.
We'll hear things.
Something else just occurred to me too. Probably many of our viewers and listeners already do this, but if you don't support your local farmers market, it's a great way to engage with the earth and get freshly grown vegetables and fruits and things like that. So it's almost like a better way than a regular supermarket. So, work on that some more if you can.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
So you just spurred something in me about your vision. What is your vision for the planet around when I first met you and you gave us this amazing platform for, hey, this is my vision for a cooperative earth. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. Well, part of what I see as being a human right is to live a creative, joyful, abundant life. And what we do right now is we struggle to survive. We're not thriving. We're struggling. And I feel like food should be free, amongst other things, water and shelter and clothes. All of our basic needs get to be free. But if we started with food, then nobody would have to worry about what they're going to eat. So creating a farm, which for me would be a teaching farm, it already has a name. I call it the mothership. And because it's the first one and not the only one. So I would love to teach people how to farm regeneratively, because I am also a soil scientist and a regenerative agriculture consultant for other farmers. And teach this spiritual connection with the land, and then enhance it for what it can do. Don't try to change it into something that it's not. Enhance what it is, grow food, teach people how to do that. And then they take it home and create their own food hub. And then we connect up and we network and create free food in the region. So when I think of region, I think of my little county of San Luis Obispo County here, where I live in California. That's where I would like to begin, and have all the food that we need, maybe not everything we want, but everything we need right here, and disengage from the big ag system that is killing the planet. It's desertifying the planet. This would green the planet.
That's beautiful. So how are you starting that right now in your own backyard?
Yes, I am starting that in my own backyard by planting insectary plants. I'm starting with making sure that I have a diversity of flowers that will support the bees and the butterflies. And I have so many bees and butterflies now. There are more monarchs than I've ever seen in my yard.
Lovely.
And then I'm beginning to incorporate some food, and I'm not worried about how fast this goes.
We're going to take a break in another minute here. And then when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening with the earth right now, energetically and physically, and what we can all do a little bit to help preserve its future. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright, and we have Amanda Smith here who's going to talk to us about the activated earth and what we can do as individuals to really help the earth to engage us in our own responsibility for her health. She knows how to be healthy, and she can teach us anything we need to know. So what is it, Amanda, that you can share with us about our own responsibility and how we can connect to you and those that work in your field for really learning about these different elements that you're talking about with the earth?
So to connect with me, I can be found on Facebook. I have a Facebook group called Activated Earth Codes. I'm on Instagram at The Activated Earth. And as you know, Pam, I'm running a 5-day masterclass on earth codes right now. We did start today, but the replays are all going to be available in the group and emailed to everybody. If anybody is curious about that and you want to go deeper with earth codes. And it is really important that we all become earth activators. Every human being gets to be an earth activator. And really, what the trees are showing us is that we are supposed to be in constant connection. That's what trees do. They're in constant connection. They connect with the light, they connect with the earth. And when they do that, it creates a cooperative flow of nutrients and information. It's the same for us. The trees are showing us how to be. So be in that connection and asking, what do I get to be, Earth? What do I get to be today? Okay, Earth, that's what I get to be. I get to be in ease and grace. Okay, light, what do I get to do to bring that about? What do I get to do with that? And operating from that space, it's as simple as that. If every individual was doing that, things would transform quickly.
Got it.
I never thought about having the earth itself be as if it were a spirit guide for you that you could receive guidance from and just follow in that footstep.
Yeah. And actually it is something that I have started doing. Is the earth is our spirit guide as well as the trees. And many people for many, many years were the tree huggers of the world. And we still are doing that because the earth has a lot of information as well as the trees. When you hug a tree, you get that instant connection to the earth as well as to your own DNA.
Something just occurred to me. I'd like to put in a plug for, and a lot of our audience will just be nodding their heads to this, but for people who don't already see it this way, there's so many viewpoints in the world right now. And there's room for all those viewpoints. There's room to be environmentally sound. There's room to buy from sustainable and regenerative farmers. There's room for all of this. So include some more of it because every little bit helps.
Right. So what I would love to address is there's a difference between sustainable and regenerative. So we talk about these environmental buzzwords, and sustainability was going around for quite a while. But what we've done is we've reached a point where we have desertified so much of our arable land. We lose arable land the size of Great Britain annually. So, and if you were to look at a satellite picture of the Earth, you would see this broad swath of just brown around the Earth. That is land that used to be arable land that we could grow in. So now we get to be regenerative. We get to rebuild the ecosystem. So we are in a period of extinction for the human species if we don't do something about this.
Yeah.
One of the things that we can do is get rid of your lawn. No more lawns. Plant flowers, plant food, plant trees, plant shrubs. In permaculture, we say the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the next best time is right now. So get out there and plant a tree, plant something diverse. Grass is high maintenance. That's not sustainable. That takes a lot of work. So when you put in an ecosystem of diverse plants, you start to get diverse insects, diverse animals, and then pretty soon it's taking care of itself. I have my front yard is a meadow. I don't do anything. I just add water.
Yeah.
I just add water and it grows. Now the backyard will be a little different because I want to grow food.
Yeah.
But I'm going to grow companion planted food. So plants that cooperate with each other and help each other.
This is real quick because it reminds me in Africa, across the middle of Africa, and I don't remember exactly where, they're at the edge of the desert. They're planting oases, I think, along the entire, they're bisecting the continent and trying to plant a line of oases to return some of that land to, arable land, I suppose.
Yes,
and I'm sorry.
I said, yes, they are. I've heard of this.
And I think they're making some progress. So that may be a good example for future generations on what is possible with this kind of thing. We have a couple of minutes left.
So really, folks, it's really about taking the reins. This is your earth. You chose to incarnate right now. Okay. You chose to be here. So what are you going to do to keep us grounded in the earth and be able to stay alive for as long as possible, not just your generation, but the Indians, Native Americans say 7 generations from now. How are they going to be able to survive? So let's not just think about ourselves. Let's look to the future at what we're going to leave behind when we pass. What are we going to give back? This is about giving back. So using your own resources, using your own energy, using your own time, using the love that you have for the human beings that live here, as well as the essence of the earth, all of the living creatures that exist here, that are your responsibility. So take it on. Surprise yourself.
Thank you so much, Amanda, for coming and being on our show today. We're very happy to feature your voice and your ideas, and hopefully this will inspire other people in the same direction. And we will be back again next week with another episode of the Empower Me Show here on Transformation Talk Radio. And we want to thank the producers of the show and the earth itself for sustaining us, because this is our earth right now. We have just one. Even if we find another one, it will never be the same one as the first planet Earth.
That's right. So you can find us at the Empower Me Show at gmail.com, or you can go to brightbutterflyenterprises.com and get more information about the show, as well as the information about Bright Butterfly Enterprises, which is the business that I own. And definitely, Amanda, we'd love to have you back at a future episode if you're interested in that. We'd love to get more of your wonderful teaching around the earth and all of the energies that she has to gift us with. So I think that is it for us now.
I think so.
Yeah. So Amanda, thank you again. Blessings to you, and we will be back next week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright on Transformation Talk Radio. Tune in every Monday at 3 p.m. to learn more about living a fully empowered life. Remember that your life is up to you, and you can choose the spiritual path you are on. There is spiritual energy and wisdom in everything and everyone around you. Listen carefully for what the universe is trying to tell you in every moment. You are already being guided along your journey. Call upon your spirit guides anytime you need help with anything. Know that you are safe in every moment, even if it seems that you are not. For more information about Pam Bright, visit brightbutterflyenterprises.com or email theempowermeshow@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening. We hope to see you next week.